Welcome everyone to this new video. My name is Luis Bedoy. Today we're gonna draw something special. We're gonna draw the Avengers, but just one part of them, since for part one we're actually gonna draw Captain America. Now this is a series that I wanted to do before the release of Captain America's Civil War. In order to do that, we're actually gonna draw the four main Avengers. As you can see, for step number one, it's just sketching out their bodies and their faces as we get going. And for step number two, what you have to do is that you have to start sketching out Captain America's face, Steven Rogers' face, of course. And this is pretty easy, just adding the mouth, the nose, the eyes, and the lines of his head. And for step number three, what I did is that I started sketching out his arm, and from the arm I sketched out the shield. Now this is a pretty easy step. I hope you don't have trouble with it. Now from here you just finished on sketching the rest of his body down to his chest and all the way to his shield. Now for step number four, we're actually going to start painting it. Now here are the materials that I used to paint this drawing. They were actually skin tone pencils. I used dark gray skin tone pencil just for some highlights, but the basic color that I used was the main skin color, the main white skin color, the one that Captain America has. That's the main one I used. And I really like these colors when it comes to making skin tones, because they can really add you that shading that you want and those lights, those highlights in some parts of his face. And that's something I really look forward when it comes to a drawing. And obviously my eraser, I really much use eraser, as you can see in my videos. I love erasing when it comes to adding highlights to a drawing, because it gives it some depth, and that depth as a three-dimensional drawing that makes it pop out, and that looks pretty amazing when you actually do it right. So now I'm actually drawing the hair. Now the hair is pretty easy. I just used another skin tone, but this is actually a brown skin tone, and in the bottom of the hair, to make it look like it's actually hair coming out of his head, I used the black so it would blend in and render in nicely with his face. Now, as you may know from my videos, I really much like to show most of you the parts where I paint, because I really much love to paint, because painting it's really cool, it's amazing. Basically my drawings, well, I can do perfect drawings, right? But normally I don't do the sketches really that good. I don't really add up to the sketches that much. But when I'm at the painting part, I try to mix it all together. I try to make the painting overshadow the drawing and the sketch, and it looks amazing. In my case, the way for you to make a nice painting or a drawing is that the painting actually works, that the paint renders in nicely with the drawing you did at the beginning. So I just do a nicely sketched drawing, and then I move on to the painting, where I can really have fun and experiment with different color tones and do exactly as I wanted to do since the beginning. And this is the most fun you can have out of a drawing, and that's why I love to draw. Okay, now let's go step number five. Obviously you've seen it, you're seeing it right now. It's painting in the rest of Captain America's body, his chest, his arms, his shoulders. As you can see it right now, I'm painting the shoulders. And for this I used Prismacolor Premiere. I used different colors. Now for the shoulder part, I actually use light brown and a little bit of dark to add in those darker tones and those shades in. But for the rest of the drawing, I actually use violet blue, normal blue, and of course white, just to shade it in and to make it render to the suit. I really enjoy this part because I can really experiment with much colors, as I told you before, because when I experiment I can really find new techniques while I'm doing a drawing, and I can really find new ways to improve on my techniques, to improve on my skills when it comes to my drawing and paintings and painting repertoire. Now you just finished up painting, I think it's the abdomen down to his shield. You just finished painting that part, and this is pretty easy, of course. You just have to add in the reds, and when you add in the reds and on the corners of each part you paint, you actually have to add those darker tones. So in the corners you are drawing, the darker tones will be blended in, and in the middle parts I actually blend in the highlights. And the highlights, how you do them, you don't paint at all, you just leave them like that in white. And once you render in with that white color, you can really get to that shading and that dark tone you want. Now this is a finished piece of the drawing. As you can see here, I'm now painting the shield. You can paint it as the way you painted his body, his face. It's pretty easy, it's pretty cool. And I really hope you liked that drawing. Remember, if you did, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Take care and don't leave me there.